so I don't know if anybody else can. Hi, everyone. Hi. Thanks so much for joining us again this week. Hi, my name is Kelly Wright.
And I'm James Ernest, and we're here all week coming to you once again from the epicenter of podcasting professionalism, Seattle, Washington.
The day after the 4th. The 4th is a 4th, of course, but no one can talk to a talking 4th unless the 4th it is. Whatever.
How nice for you. You know, there is a name for the day after the 4th. It's called the 5th of July.
It is, and it is the 5th of July as we are sitting here talking. As I live and breathe, James Ernest, hello.
Top 7 answers on the board. Name a day ending in Y. 4th of July.
So the 4th, you said the day that we normally record, which is on Sundays, you texted me and said, hey, I just learned we're hosting a barbecue and I probably should attend that, which just made me laugh. So we are now recording today. So how was your cue? How was it?
Well, we set up the old party chairs and we sat around the table and talked all afternoon. It was the weirdest thing.
How strange.
It was nice weather for it, though. We did sit outside. Nobody got all that hot. The children exploded the bag of disappointment from the grocery store, and
Okay, good.
We had a little escaped animal episode. There's a pen in the yard for the chipmunks, or the wallabies, or whatever they are, the guinea pigs.
Guinea pigs.
And that little fence area is there to keep the rabbits out of the area, so that when we once in a while take the guinea pigs outside, they can have non-poisonous grass to munch on. I'm only repeating stuff I heard. I'm not the scientist here. But
okay.
Through whatever means, I don't even know. And in fact, it wasn't much of a big deal at the time because those of us up on the deck didn't even notice it was happening. One of the little piggies got away. And it didn't run through the fence, but was being held. I think someone was holding both piggies, and one of them got away, which resulted in a mad chase through the back 40. And I only learned about it when Carol came upstairs later and was just covered in bramble scratches, just head to toe, like little red marks that were already starting to swell up. And I was like, what just happened? And she apparently had to chase the little monster through the hole in the fence and put, not traps, but put little containers all around and chase him into one of them. And I missed all of that from upstairs.
Wow. Didn't you hear yakety sax playing from your backyard?
No, but I certainly heard
okay.
it in the way she explained what happened.
Oh, is she okay as far as bramble scratches and stuff, or is she?
She claims to be. It's fine.
Okay.
It's not a big deal. She is literally she looks like she was auditioning for the Escape from the Shawshank Redemption.
Well, she's one tough lady. Good for her. And good for her going to save the piggy. Piggy went on an adventure. Good job. Good job.
Yes, the piggy went on an adventure. It was somewhat traumatizing for the youths of the house.
Oh, I'm sure that they're like, where did he go? And they just, picture the worst scenarios in their head. Oh my God. I know that I've seen large raptors swoop down towards my puppy.
That's true. We do feed the crows. Again, I use the word we extremely loosely here. Carol decided years ago to start putting food out for the local crow boys, and yeah, they could easily mistake the little running albino animal for their latest treat.
Oh, they could. Yes. So I'm glad Piggy was found and safe, and I'm glad Carol wasn't too seriously injured. She looks like she put up a good fight with the bramble, but came out victorious. Good for her.
Well, I don't know. The brambles are still standing, so we'll have to see how victorious she is.
Good for her.
She achieved the proximate goal. She got the pig back in the box.
Oh, good. Is that a euphemism for the kids now today too? Pigs back in the box.
We're gonna after the fireworks and stuff. We're gonna see if we can get the pig back in the box.
How many people did you have over?
6, maybe 6. Let's see.
Oh, that's nice.
6 or 7. Yeah, it was. Carol later said if it was any more people, she would have started freaking out, and I don't know if that's true, but it was just the maximum number of people to sustain one conversation.
Good. So that you don't all just sit there and kind of ask the same. So, pandemic was weird, huh? Yeah, weird.
No, I just think that if we'd had 8, we would have broken into 2 groups. At least a group of 7 and me.
And you. I know that you said that the last year and a half has kind of made you iffy about crowds. How did you do emotionally? How are you feeling? Talk to me,
It,
James. How are you feeling about it?
do you mean from the party? That's not a crowd. I mean, I know all those people.
I know
That's
that you
not the
know all those
same as
people,
like
but
trying to
still,
fight my way through a bus station.
no, 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 no. It's not the same. However, it is people who are in your home and you haven't had that for a while. So just it
Oh,
felt
they were
comfortable.
outside
It
the
was
home.
comfortable.
Let's be clear. I
Okay, you
mean,
got it.
first of
Let's
all,
okay.
I never like having people in my house. Ever. Now, then, before, after, since. Second of all, yes, everybody was outside. But no, it wasn't in any way off-putting or traumatic for me.
Okay.
Modulo my usual experience with people, which again, if there's 8 of us, then I'm going to go form my own group. And it's a subset of the 8 is welcome to join me or not. I don't really care. But that was true
Okay.
before the pandemic. It wasn't like I was afraid of their germs. I was just sick of their small talk.
Got it. Got it. Well, you're a curmudgeonly old man, and I love you for that. So, our fourth was quiet. There were fireworks in the neighborhood, even though they're illegal here. But you can still
God,
hear
there
them.
was a never-ending cacophony of explosions last night, like more than usual around here.
It was pretty quiet around here. I remember that. What was it? A couple of years ago, it was that same thing, never-ending cacophony. And this year, I was really surprised on how minimal it was. But we do the old techniques of creating a noisy environment in the house, so in order to dull the sound, so the dogs don't freak out. So we had, the big industrial fan running, and we had music playing, and I had toys out and treats, and every now and then I'd hear this, and the dogs would suddenly, look, and what was that? And I'd be like, who wants a treat? Who wants a treat? Total distraction. So they made it through without any, and I know friends of mine, dogs, they have to put them on medication because they just are nervous little balls. So we do the distraction. So, and by the time midnight rolled around, I was like, I am going to bed. And so climbed in bed, and the air conditioning's running, so there's enough white noise there. And then I put on the sleep sounds, which is waves at the beach, so more noise. So there you go.
Yeah, the explosions went on until at least 1 a.m. last night, and heavy and hard. And I kept thinking of the fire danger. I kept thinking, because I'm old, right? I'm over 50. All I care about is the fire danger.
Mm-hmm.
And how, like, last weekend, everyone's plants turned brown, and how this is the
Yeah.
dumbest thing to be doing.
Yeah.
And it's illegal all the time, not just now. And what are you thinking? And that means I have to start thinking about the answer to what are you thinking? And I think they're just thinking, I will because I can. Like
And it won't happen
you
to me.
can't tell me what to do. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
and it
blow
won't
things
happen to
up,
me.
and
Yeah.
it won't be. Yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah. It won't happen to me. Well, you know what? You can't give a thumbs up if you don't have any fingers left from blowing off, fireworks.
What were we talking about last
Just
week after the show? We used to go to a Fourth of July party in a tiny unincorporated pocket of King County where fireworks are still legal, and we would buy armloads of these things and set them off, as would everyone else in the
Yeah.
neighborhood. There was a group across the street who were infamous for being stupid, and one year they like threw an empty gas can into their bonfire, which caused quite a much much revered explosion. And
Oh.
one year, possibly the same year, they tried to use an M80 to clear a drain out in front of their house. So there's this concrete pipe that runs the entire length of the block, and it was full of mud. Apparently, we we only got engaged in this story after the explosion, but we heard this ridiculously loud bang, and apparently they did blow dirt out both ends of this thing, but they also made like a head-sized hole in the pipe itself.
Well, I was going to say the pipe can't survive that.
Was gone, and then they're just
Yeah.
standing around looking down at it with beers in their hands, going, "Huh."
The fireworks story I have from my family. The cottage that is on Lake Huron, we our family would buy fireworks and set them off the bluff and towards the lake. So we would always make sure that the beach was clear and that there weren't people walking on the beach or anything. And there was the fireworks table, and the people who were lighting the fireworks were able to be up there, and the rest of the family had to be behind, the fire pit, which was a good 10 feet behind the fireworks table. So, I mean, we were a safe distance, right? And one year, for whatever reason, someone stored the box of fireworks underneath it was like a rolling bar cart. So you have the top level and then you have the tray underneath. And so someone stored the box of fireworks under the tray underneath, or at least next to it. And a bottle rocket misfired, got into the box. And my uncle basically picks it up, throws it over the bluff, yells like, hit the deck, as like bottle rockets and stuff are shooting everywhere. So happy 4th. Yay. There you go. So yeah, there were parties that happened when I was much younger with my parents, and I only lived through stories that I heard, them pouring like gasoline on the lake water and lighting it, and there was like a silhouette of somebody running with the gas can in front of it. It's this wall of fire, spirals of gunpowder, and this, redneck stuff, total redneck.
Oh, I don't know, man. I mean, I guess it's a day where you celebrate your independence from,
Common
unfair
sense?
laws. Maybe they think that they're celebrating their independence from unfair laws that keep them from exploding fireworks.
I don't know. But you mix alcohol and fireworks. It's not a good combination.
I've spent a couple of fourths, in my early tweens, on a bayou in Mississippi, I think, where it was just beautiful. And everybody, you could see all across the water, everyone shooting off their own fireworks and reflected in the water and stuff. That was very nice.
Oh,
That might be the right way to do it.
That sounds lovely. In a big body of water. I know that the city of Bellevue here had their big fireworks show, and the traffic jams were fierce. So there was everybody trying to get into the park. But
Oh yeah, I remember the first year we spent the 4th in Seattle, 1989. We drove to Gasworks Park for that show, and then got stuck in the homebound traffic for like 4 hours.
yeah, it's crazy. So it's one of those things where it's like I don't do that anymore. I used to when I was younger, when I had the patience, thought, woo, this is fun, and now I just don't. I'm like, nope, I don't. My time is too valuable. I'll watch them on TV, or if someone has fireworks at their house, not at a public park, I'll go to there, but not some big giant.
I think
park.
last year I was in Vegas on the 4th, so I could just go on my balcony and watch unsanctioned
cool.
fireworks displays from there.
It's pretty flat, so you can see them all over the place, right?
Yeah, they were shooting them up all over town.
Really? So from your place in Vegas, you have that balcony. Which way does it look? Does it look towards Fremont Street? Does
It faces northwest, so no.
Oh,
not
okay.
really. It points back to my home in Seattle. Not quite, but yeah, it's west and slightly north, so it's a good sunset view. It means that the living room is intolerable in the afternoon because there's no
Okay.
overhang. There's just the windows and the bright sunlight, and a west view is a mixed bag of benefits and
It is.
costs.
In the
I'm
winter,
afraid.
I'm sure it's lovely.
It's lovely all the time, really, and I have very effective blackout curtains, so I can just shut out
good.
the evil sky orb whenever I need it to go.
Well, speaking of Las Vegas, would you like to take a break?
I believe it's time to hear from our sponsor.
It is. Our sponsor this week. This episode, let me do that again. This week's episode of Here All Week is brought to you by the Las Vegas Super Sleazeway, Clark County's newest and most radical public experiment.
Kelly, I miss the old Las Vegas.
I know what you mean. The Rat Pack, the El Cortez, $2 steak and eggs, all that stuff.
Well, I'm sure that was great, but I'm talking about the Las Vegas of just 12 months ago, when visiting any public space could literally kill you.
Oh, I know what you mean. This year, I just can't get enough danger.
At the height of the incursion, when rampaging land sharks roamed the earth and threatened anyone who so much as thrashed near an open window, I experienced a rare and beautiful thrill each time I left my home.
But now, thanks to the destruction of 68.8% of the nation's land sharks, our world is starting to return to normal. And that's a normal that I'm just not ready for.
Me too. Where's the danger? Where's the excitement, the thrill, the perfection of being constantly terrified, nearly certain of getting mauled to death wherever I go?
Well, look no further than the Las Vegas Super Sleazeway, a new and exciting shopping, gambling, and nightlife experience in the heart of Las Vegas.
The Super Sleazeway is classic Las Vegas as God intended, a place where you can lose your money, your sanity, and even your life 24 hours a day.
Take a swing on our broken loop trapeze, flying high above a... All right. Take a swing on our broken loop trapeze, flying high above a tank of old-fashioned water sharks.
Eat handfuls of desert-grown shrimp way past their freshness date at Expiration Charlie's.
Or plop a dollar bill onto one of our buck-munching, no-armed bandits, the slot machines that never, ever pay.
So, in other words, slot machines.
Pretty much, yeah.
Rub shoulders with the Super Sleazeway costumed characters as you battle your way through the crowd to our trope-themed garbage bar.
You'll be amazed at what they call mixed drinks.
Do you love magic? Thrill to our marauding games of three-card Monty, the street game you can never win.
And get a great workout at the same time as you struggle against teams of enthusiastic teenage pickpockets.
The Las Vegas Super Sleazeway is densely packed, poorly lit, and guaranteed full of noxious germs, including plenty of diseases the science can't cure.
I'll say, just brushing up against one of our thousands of unmarked secret street performers is like taking a core sample at Mississippi. Darn it. I'll say, brushing up against a... Blah, 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 blah. I'll say, brushing up against one of our thousands of unmarked secret street performers is like taking a core sample at a Mississippi flophouse.
And say goodbye to your personal data. In just 5 seconds, a light-fingered member of our grift squad can turn your locked iPhone into a permanent liability.
So take a chance on the Las Vegas Super Sleazeway today. It's a breathtaking experience you'll remember as long as you live.
If you live.
The Las Vegas Super Sleazeway is open right now to fully shark-proofed guests ages 21 and over.
Show your shark card for a free ride on the Whizmobile.
The Las Vegas Super Sleazeway. Vegas as God intended.
Play responsibly, no thrashing.
We also do steaks.
Super Sleazeway Steakhouse. I think
Grift?
I
Yes.
honestly almost wrote an ad just for Expiration Charlie's. I'm sure we're going to hear about them in a little more.
Desert-grown shrimp. Ah,
That is a real thing, by the way. The desert-grown shrimp thing. I once had a friend who was involved in trying to start and manage a disastrous business that was a self-contained hydroponic desert shrimp farm. They just grew the shrimp cocktail ostensibly right next door to Las Vegas and shipped it over. Great idea, I guess. It was kind of like, like one of those Mars experiments where everything is in the same bubble and never leaves.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
there were science and management issues that were unforeseen that made it kind of a dismal failure. Like their main scientist was like an addicted gambler or something, and it just I don't know, he was like sneaking the shrimp out like Jurassic Park and like selling them to other shrimp farms. I don't know what was happening, but I desperately want to write a game or a story about it one of these days.
So I'm guessing Expiration Charlie's shrimp supplier is that place.
Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely. So yes, hopefully we can get our salespeople to talk to them, and they'll buy a sponsorship for us.
Well, I'm going to be down there
appreciate that.
next week, so I'll see what I can do.
Fantastic. Hey, James, since we made it through the Heat Dome last week, I decided
did
that I would
indeed.
hit you with some trivia about the movie Heat.
The specific there's 2 movies called Heat, so which one are we talking about?
The one with Robert De Niro.
And the other guy?
And the other guy, Al Pacino.
And Al Pacino? That's what I meant.
Yes, and Al Pacino. Yeah, basically this movie was so good that even criminals copied it. So let's see how much you know about the movie Heat. In what year did Heat hit the theaters? Do you want me to give you multiple choice? You want to guess?
No, I'm going to just take a stab at it. I'm thinking it was 2014.
No, that was 1995.
95. Okay, so we're talking about 2 different movies here. Okay, so Heat. God, I don't remember if I've seen the 1995 Heat.
That's okay. That's okay.
I'm going to go with 1995.
1995 is correct, James. Moving on to question number 2, the bonus
Because
round.
I get to edit the video.
Yes, you do. Which of the following was not part of Neil McCauley's gang? Now, I can give you names.
Man, I don't know this movie. You're going to have to give me multiple choice, and I'll just take a wild stab in the dark.
Okay, Chris Shaherlis, Trejo, or Casals?
Trejo.
That is wrong. Casals was not part of the
I
gang.
love giving answers
Trejo
with
was.
confidence, even when I'm guessing.
Okay. Question number 3. What does Neil McCauley steal at the start of the film? An ambulance, a bus, or a tractor?
A bus.
Wrong again. He steals an ambulance. He casually strolls into the hospital to steal an ambulance, which he will later use to break into an armored car.
This is my punishment for writing trivia questions about movies you should have seen, isn't it?
Exactly. Next question. This is for all the pants. Who kills the armored car guard during the big heist at the start of the film? Macaulay, Trejo, or Wayne Grow?
Trejo again.
That's wrong. It would be Wayne Grow. Macaulay henchman Wayne Grow infuriates Macaulay and proves himself to be a loose cannon when he shoots an armored guard during the heist. Are you
All
enjoying
right.
this trivia game so far?
I know where we're headed with this.
Alrighty, and one more. What do Macaulay and company wear to disguise themselves when breaking into the armor car? Hockey masks, ski masks, pantyhose.
Mike Myers masks.
That would be hockey masks, correct. The group wears hockey masks, but a homeless man near the scene overhears one of the gang use the nickname Slick, which provides a powerful clue to the police. That right there is some trivia from the 1995 movie Heat.
Well, I can't wait to go and watch it. Nothing like trivia about a period of history I haven't enjoyed. In this case, those 2 hours of that film. So the Mike Myers mask story is actually interesting. The one I know about is Baby Driver, a much more recent
Yes.
action caper flick, in which there's a gag where they all show up with like Mike Myers the actor masks instead of hockey masks. Inside the movie, the story is that the guy was told to get Mike Myers masks and got the wrong thing. But outside the movie, they wanted to get the license for the Halloween mask, but they didn't get it. And so they were like, okay, let's just be funny and do the other thing.
Yeah. So yes, the Mike Myers mask. I always mix up Mike Myers and Jason. So hockey mask. Jason was the hockey mask wearer. I should turn in my horror trivia card. I should turn that in. Bad Kelly. So you're headed to Vegas next week.
I am.
How long is this stint?
As previously mentioned, I am doing my once every 2 years or so carload of furniture and boxes and so forth, things I have sort of gathered in my house that need to go through a staging area of my other house before finally going into the trash. And so that's the plan. Carol and I are driving down together, and then she's going to fly back home after the weekend, and I'll stay for, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks. Haven't decided yet.
Excellent. In buildings that can handle heat. So good.
Oh,
for
in the
you.
air conditioning, very much so. Yeah, a friend in Vegas just told me, don't come down here. It's 110. And I'm like, my dude, it's 100 up here and I don't have AC.
Yeah, dude, it's easy. I did that. There was a video I saw. It was a woman from Texas, and she posted it. She goes, "Okay, y'all in the Pacific Northwest, I owe you an apology." She's like, "I know when I first heard that you guys were going some heat, I'm like, oh, it's a little heat, but you guys aren't built for this. You guys aren't ready for this. And here y'all are." She goes, "We have AC everywhere in our cars and our buildings. Our buildings are built for all this." She goes, "Y'all were raw dogging 116-degree heat."
I looked it up. I think the actual record peak was 108 in Seattle, but I'm sure there were pockets of warmer.
Oh, there's pockets of heat. What was it? That small, I can't remember the name of this, that really unfortunate small town in BC that hit 121 degrees, and then the brush fires came through and leveled it.
Oh,
Yeah.
so bad.
So 121, and I just heard from my husband that they were using thermal imaging to look at ground temperature, and in Wenatchee the ground temperature reached 145.
Ouch.
So yeah, so it's like you can't even take your pets out in that. You can't. It's too dangerous. It got
A
real
friend of
hot
mine
up here, folks.
posted an older photograph. It wasn't from this year, but one year when he was out in Eastern Washington working the Greenwood Fair in July or June or something, and it was so hot. He took a picture of a squirrel literally hugging the ground. Like the squirrel is just spread out flat on the ground, like trying to suck up as much cold out of the earth as he can. And I guess my friend fed him an ice cube or something that he just attacked like crazy.
Your friend's a good person. Your friend's a good person for doing that, because it's rough on these little animals. So I felt, they don't know how to deal with it
Nature
either.
is unkind to the animals.
Well, yes.
I can only imagine where our little guinea pig might be today if he had stayed out in the yard instead of being rescued.
Oh, yeah. Poor little guy.
Poor little guy.
Well,
Oh, he's not. I don't. He tasted freedom. He's had his excitement for the year.
oh, he became his own little Papillon right there. He tried. He tried.
That's right. We're gonna put him in leg irons now.
Put him in the hole in the dark, so he
When the
starts
guinea
eating
pig's
maggots
mother
and going
dies,
crazy.
he gets a rabbit in his blood, which is pretty much the same as being a guinea pig when you think about it.
And when you share your cigars, you can always ask him, "How did you know I had dry leprosy?" I didn't.
I don't even know what food is.
So have a safe trip driving down with all your goods and services. Are you going to go through? You gonna make a stop just outside of Area 51? Are you gonna do any touristy
Always stop and
things?
see the aliens. That's I got friends down there. You
Absolutely.
know, their big rubbery heads and elongated fingers always give me a cold comfort inside, knowing that there's other planets out there where we have yet to discover. No, I don't know. What last time I did this drive, I took the main highways, which is a longer route, but it goes down through Salt Lake City, so that I was never
okay.
too far from a AAA, because I didn't
Okay.
trust my car to do this. This time we're renting a car because we're driving 110-degree heat, so I'm sure we're gonna deal with some kind of permanent structural damage. So yeah, we may take a more direct route. I don't know.
Well, I know the one time I drove to Vegas was with friends, and we took 2 days. It was about 19 hours for us to go through. We went through Idaho and towards the border of Nevada and stayed overnight in Jackpot, Nevada.
Yeah, 19 is the exact Google estimate of driving time, and I think I planned to stay in Twin Falls last time, and I got a little farther, and I don't remember the name of the tiny hamlet where I slept, but yeah, something along that route, southern Idaho.
Right on. Well, enjoy your drive. I look forward to hearing about it the next time we meet. Hey, folks. You've sat through another fabulous show. Thank you so much. We appreciate you spending your time with us. As always, be kind to yourself, be kind to your neighbors, your community. Oh, by the way, you can see us on YouTube. There is a link just below, or at least if you're listening from your mobile device, take a look. I put links there. Also, I linked you to Crab Fragment Labs as well to see what James is writing about. And you can always leave a comment. Tell us what you want to talk about. Tell us what you want us to talk about, what you want us to not talk about. I don't know where I'm going with this. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us. My name is Kelly Wright.
And I'm James Ernest, and we're here all week.